What's up, guys? It's Isaac here at Tobacco Road Harley-Davidson, and today I have your pre-owned bike of the week, this 2020 Harley-Davidson TriGlide Ultra. So today you guys are in for a treat. This is the first time that we've taken a Harley-Davidson Trike and ridden it out for a pre-owned bike of the week video. So excited to see how these bikes do. This is also the first time I've taken a Trike out on any road over 25 mile an hour too. So I'm excited to see kind of, first impressions on what a Trike is for a regular two-wheeled rider. The bike I've got here for you is a pre-owned 2020 Harley-Davidson TriGlide Ultra. And so in this one in particular is in that beautiful Barracuda Silver Midnight Blue two-tone. So it's got this nice blue and gray little pinstripe right through there. And it actually, look, the right amount of flake on both sides. I like it. I like it a lot. This one is a 114 Milwaukee 8, and this is a twin-cooled Milwaukee 8. And what I mean by that is that with these lowers, which are going to be very nice on these little bit chillier days right now, is that you've actually got liquid cooling benefits from these. So inside of these you'll actually see the coolant lines. So you've got actual coolant being pumped through these radiators inside here with little fans. So that way, if this bike does find itself in a little more parade traffic, or you get stuck in some accident traffic there on I-40, bike's gonna be able to regulate its temperature a little bit better than if it was just relying on the air cooled and the oil cooling. So this is a big tour pack. What can you fit in this tour pack? You can fit all kinds of stuff. You can fit a jacket, a camera, a full face helmet, which is nice. You can fit two full face helmets in here. But if you need more room, you got it, because you got this beautiful, look at that trunk. Look at all the space in here. You can fit a massive duffel bag or two, and it's really nice. It's great size. You can just drop it in there and close it up, lock it up, and be good to go. So let's keep on going. You got a big old antenna. Pick up your favorite classic rock station, and let's see, a little bit of chrome. But other than that, we'll show you what this bike's like. One thing I've kind of had an issue with before is like the parking brake kind of gets hung up a little bit if it's not like all the way up or down. What you can actually do is, what you should do is put it all the way down and then kind of like let it snap up, and then that'll kind of reset it and give you more room to, and then it'll kind of reset it in the teeth and let it go ahead and make sure it's all good to go. So now I can feel it rolling back, so I know that it's ready to go. I'm gonna show you how this reverse works too. So I just put in gear. I'm going to go up a little bit. So let's say, all right, this bike's heavy. I really need to back into this spot, or I need to get out, or something like that, or get into the spot or get out of the spot. What I can do, can I get my brake a little bit, put the bike in neutral, and then I can actually hold the starter button. And actually that's the reverse thing, because the reverse actually runs off the starter motor. So what you can do is, once you're in neutral, press and hold it, then you'll see that R pop on. All right, now what I can do is I can press and hold this again. Look at that. Now we're going to reverse. Easy as that. So when you want to change it, then you can just put the bike in gear if you want, and it'll automatically cut it off for you. All right. But so with that, let's go ride a Trike. Excellent braking. You got really good brakes all around on this bike, because you got a lot to have to stop. Some folks give Trikes a little bit of hate, but it's just so nice to be able to have the ability to, if you love Harley-Davidsons, you love motorcycles, you love this feeling, cruising around in the open air and just, enjoy this beautiful fall scenery from, getting the experience you can only get from a motorcycle. Maybe a Miata isn't quite your game yet, then the Trike is a great opportunity. Now, one thing I see a lot of folks do is they kind of go, they have a Ultra, and then they go from an Ultra to a Trike. Well, there is kind of an in-between that I'd highly recommend checking out too. If you still want to keep on two wheels, Trike's not you really don't want to quite go to a Trike yet, try a lighter bike. The Softail Heritage is a really good option for riders that want a smaller, lighter bike that, maybe the TriGlide, maybe they're ultra limited, and bikes like that are a little bit much for them, a little bit heavy. So they need something just a little bit lighter, something a little bit easier for them to get around. Then try out one of those bikes. See what that's like. But if that's still not quite it, you still want the comfort of three wheels, and you want the stereo and all the luggage options, then might want to try a Trike out. And these are cozy. Actually a lot of our YouTube viewers have recommended this. One of the best things folks recommend for Trikes is actually to upgrade the suspension. They're like, you know, on Trike it's kind of bumpy here and there, especially on it's bumpy on bumpy roads, believe it or not. I've heard a lot of good things from folks that have done that, so that's definitely worth checking out too. I haven't ridden one with an upgraded suspension, but I hear it's nice. So this is 25 miles an hour. Ooh. There we go. Not bad. Gotta kind of... Not sure what cornering's like on this, kind of what your limits are, but I don't think it's a lot. I mean, you can drive like a normal human being in traffic pretty well, you know. You do traffic things you're supposed to do, but as far as like high speed corner chasing and things like that, I'd probably avoid that. A disadvantage I'm already seeing is that I can't, if I was on two wheels right here, I'd want to kind of hug one side or the other a little bit more so I can kind of see around that van. So I'd ride like lane position 1 right here so I can see on the left side of that van and see a little bit more, look a little bit more for road hazards, but I can't that much because I got that fender right there. I don't want to have that over in the lane. So instead what I'll do is I can just ease up a little bit more. So, which I guess I should probably do that anyway. This is cozy. This is super comfortable. I'm getting motorcycle benefits, but just 3 wheels. I don't have to put my feet down at all this entire ride. But so like right here, you know, make sure you're turning more with your upper body instead of just your arms. That way you're not just wearing out your arms after riding all day, you know? So that we kind of spread the load across a few more muscles. And here's what motorcycling is about. Beautiful fall weather. Checking it out. Might wave at some folks. See, I can just make sure I'm putting pressure on the outside. Not bad. So if I try to counter steer for this turn right here like I normally would on a motorcycle, you know, I'd push a little bit, lean. It's like, oh, why isn't the bike going where I want? Let's bring it back. If you've ever driven a four-wheeler, it's kind of like that. You know, you got your handlebars up front. It drives very similar, but it's just 3 wheels. That makes sense, right? What's the pull like on a Trike? We'll come back to that. There's just certain sections of these roads that I want to do certain things. I don't know what's happening right there. So 114, so I mean, it's got a lot of weight to get behind it or get going, but I mean, 114's got the torque. This is kind of fun. That's actually pretty fun. I mean, wide open throttle on anything. I mean, that wasn't wide open. We don't wide open on our demo rides typically, but almost wide open throttle on these Trikes. I mean, almost wide open throttle on anything is going to be fun, and it is also fun on the Trikes. So what makes the TriGlide Ultra the TriGlide Ultra? And that's that it is on this Trike frame, but you have the trunk in the back, the tour pack, and then you have kind of the front end of an Ultra Limited. So pretty much everywhere from like me up is Trike, or is Ultra Limited. So I've got I've got everything, all the touring comforts of an Ultra Limited. This one doesn't have the heated grips though. I'm not sure, I don't think you get those on the Trikes. So, but you got all the other things. And this one does have ABS and traction control, which is a really nice benefit. And it's got cruise control too, because it's a touring bike. But I've got this Boom infotainment system. It's the same one that's in, you know, the previous gen Street Glide, Road Glides, and then the current Ultras and the Limiteds there. You know, so it's a great option. I've got the radio, the AM, FM. I've got the stereo system. there. I can do Bluetooth, I can do aux. I've got the little spot right here that I can put my phone in, and I've got onboard GPS too. So that is a very nice perk. So I mean, they're all great things you can do with this bike here. And I can do trip settings and kind of record how my trip is. Not how my trip is. It's not a diary. You can't be like, oh, I had a lovely trip today. Today I went and saw this. This is the 2020 TriGlide. So if you want the comfort and the confidence of 3 wheels, what? All right. And the confusion of groups of people on the highway. If you want the comfort of 3 wheels, but you really want all those touring benefits too. You know, you want your radio, you want your GPS, you want your tour pack, you want all the room for you and yours to go tour and ride around wherever you want. And you want reverse. You want a reverse gear. Well, not really a gear, but you want a reverse feature. Then come check out this 2020 TriGlide Ultra. And I appreciate you guys watching, riding along with us today. And if you have any questions about this bike, or you see any other lovely ones that we've got there in inventory, or just something you want to know about, then be sure to stop by and come see us here at Tobacco Road Harley-Davidson. So in the meantime, ride safe, and we hope to see you out here at Tobacco Road Harley-Davidson sometime soon.